Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are diving into the world of shortest path algorithms. Specifically, we will focus on finding the optimal route in weighted graphs. Weighted graphs are graphs where each edge has a weight, representing the cost, distance, or time to traverse that edge. In this presentation, we will explore three fundamental algorithms for solving this problem: Dijkstra's algorithm, Bellman-Ford algorithm, and the Floyd-Warshall algorithm. Dijkstra's algorithm is known for its efficiency on graphs with non-negative edge weights. Bellman-Ford is more versatile, as it can handle negative edge weights and also detect negative cycles, which are cycles that reduce the path cost infinitely. Floyd-Warshall finds the shortest paths between all pairs of vertices in a graph, making it a comprehensive solution for certain types of problems. Before we delve into the algorithms, it's crucial to understand the basic terminology and representation of graphs. Firstly, a vertex, also known as a node, represents a point in a graph. These points are connected by edges. An edge represents a connection between two vertices, and it can have an associated weight, indicating the cost or distance of that connection. A path is a sequence of vertices connected by edges. The shortest path is the path with the minimum total weight between two vertices. In the diagram, we can see a visual representation of a graph with vertices labeled A through G. The lines connecting these vertices are the edges, and the numbers along the edges indicate their weights. Let's begin with Dijkstra's algorithm. This algorithm is designed to find the shortest path from a source vertex to all other vertices in a graph. A critical point to remember is that Dijkstra's algorithm cannot handle negative edge weights. The time complexity of Dijkstra's algorithm is typically O, V plus E log V, where V is the number of vertices and E is the number of edges, when implemented using a priority queue. The space complexity is OV, as it needs to maintain distances for each vertex. Dijkstra's algorithm uses a greedy approach, meaning it selects the minimum weight paths iteratively to build the shortest paths. The pseudocode outlines the basic steps. First, distances to all vertices are initialized to infinity, except for the source vertex, which is set to 0. The algorithm then iteratively extracts the vertex with the minimum distance from a priority queue and updates the distances of its neighbors if a shorter path is found. To illustrate Dijkstra's algorithm, let's consider an example where we want to find the shortest path from vertex to all other vertices in the graph. Initially, the distance to A is set to 0, and all other distances are infinite. In the first step, we visit A and update the distances to its neighbors. The distance to B becomes 5, and the distance to C becomes 3. Next, we visit C, which is the closest unvisited vertex, and update its neighbors. The distance to D is updated to 7, which is 3 plus 4. Then we visit B and update the distances to its neighbors. The distance to D remains 7 because 5 plus 6 is greater than the current distance. The distance to E is updated to 7. Continuing this process, we visit D and update the distance to F as 14. We then visit E, but no distances are updated. Finally, we visit F, and the algorithm is complete. We now have the shortest path from to all other vertices. Now let's explore the Bellman-Ford algorithm. Unlike Dijkstra's algorithm, Bellman-Ford can handle negative edge weights, making it more versatile. It can also detect negative weight cycles, which are cycles where the sum of the edge weights is negative, leading to infinitely decreasing path lengths. The time complexity of Bellman-Ford is OV times E, where V is the number of vertices and E is the number of edges. The space complexity is OV. The algorithm uses a dynamic programming approach to iteratively relax the edges, improving the distance estimates. The pseudocode for Bellman-Ford involves initializing distances to infinity for all vertices except the source. Then it relaxes all edges V-1 times, updating distances if a shorter path is found. After this, it checks for negative weight cycles by verifying if any distances can still be reduced, indicating the presence of a cycle. Let's walk through an example of the Bellman-Ford algorithm, highlighting its ability to handle negative edges. We'll find the shortest paths from vertex A in a graph that includes negative edges. Initially, the distance to A is 0, and all other distances are infinite. In the first iteration, we process each edge. The distance to B is updated to 5, and the distance to C is updated to 3. Processing the edge from C to D updates the distance to D to -1 due to the negative edge weight. In the second iteration, the distance to E is updated to 7, and the distance to F is updated to 6. Finally, we have to check for the negative cycles in the graph for the next iterations. The algorithm iterates multiple times and then checks if further improvements are possible. Now let's discuss the Floyd-Warshall algorithm. This algorithm is designed to find the shortest paths between all pairs of vertices in a graph, providing a comprehensive solution. Like Bellman-Ford, it can handle negative edge weights and detect negative weight cycles. The time complexity of Floyd-Warshall is OV cubed, where V is the number of vertices. The space complexity is OV squared, as it maintains a distance matrix. The Floyd-Warshall algorithm uses a dynamic programming approach to iteratively improve the shortest path estimates between all pairs of vertices. The pseudocode involves initializing a distance matrix with the edge weights of the graph. Then, for each vertex K, it checks if going through K provides a shorter path between vertices A and J, updating the distance matrix accordingly. Finally, it checks for negative cycles by examining the diagonal of the distance matrix. Here's an example to illustrate the Floyd-Warshall algorithm and its output. After the algorithm completes, the distance matrix shows the shortest path between every pair of vertices. For instance, the highlighted cell indicates that the path from E was improved by going through vertices D, B, and then A. The initial path cost may have been higher, but by considering all possible intermediate vertices, the algorithm finds the optimal path. The final matrix provides a complete overview of the shortest path lengths between all vertices. To summarize, let's compare the three algorithms we've discussed. Dijkstra's algorithm has a time complexity of O, V plus E log V, and a space complexity of OV, but it cannot handle negative edges or detect negative cycles. Bellman-Ford has a time complexity of OV times E, and a space complexity of OV, and it can handle negative edges and detect negative cycles. Floyd-Warshall has a time complexity of OV cubed and a space complexity of OV squared, and it can handle negative edges, detect negative cycles, and finds all pairs' shortest paths. The choice of algorithm depends on the specific requirements of the problem. Dijkstra's is best for single-source shortest paths in graphs with non-negative edges. Bellman-Ford is suitable when negative edges are present or negative cycles need to be detected. Floyd-Warshall is ideal for finding all pairs' shortest paths in dense graphs. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.